girl J. Kels. I'm in the kitchen now with Chef Yawdie. You know, she's one of my local favorite home cook professional chefs. She has her own little spin and own little twist that she likes to put in all her meals. Chef Yawdie, tell them a little bit about yourself.
All right. So good afternoon, everybody. How you guys doing? It is one of your favorite chefs here, Chef Yawdie Touch. And I'm here today with you guys to bring you one of my home-based meals, one of my signature recipes, my overrated jerk salmon. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of greatness and a lot of fun.
All right.
All right, so here we have our fresh salmon. What I'm going to be doing is using the right hand to flip it and the left hand to season so we're not cross-contaminating anything, all right?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start with a little bit of, not even a little bit, we're going to hit it with some black pepper. And when you hear the sound of jerk, that means you're expecting it to be spicy, all right? So remember that.
True. That's a fact now.
Some onion powder. A little bit of garlic salt, not too much, just because the jerk seasoning contains a lot of salt as it is. And now we're gonna go ahead and rub that in on this side. We're gonna flip it. Do the same thing again. Black pepper. Onion powder. And just a tad bit of garlic salt.
I love that tip you threw in there.
Oh yeah?
Season with the left, rub with the right.
Got to.
I like that. That's a nice tip. You all heard that. I hope you took notes. I hope you took notes.
And of course, can't complete the dish without this. This is our Jamaican jerk seasoning. So once again, dry hand, it might be a little uncomfortable if you're not a lefty, but that is cool.
It doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to rub it in anyway.
Perfect. Exactly. You smell that?
I do.
Smelling good, right?
It smells good, baby.
We're actually going to be doing it a little bit different. We're actually not going to be using the skillet today. We're going to bake it.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be baking it today. All right, one more.
This is that elevated part she was talking about, you see.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And if you want to be generous, why not? Since we already have it here, let's just go ahead and add a little bit of minced garlic just for some more flavor. And I'm a garlic person. I'm not too sure about you, how much you like garlic.
I love garlic. Garlic makes everything better.
Exactly.
Everything.
Awesome. So we're just going to go ahead and add that.
Okay.
Give it a little bit more flavor, and this will be good enough for both sides.
Okay.
All right, so first thing we're gonna do is grab our aluminum foil sheet. Okay, and I like to use a little bit of cooking butter. That basically is gonna help the salmon from not sticking to the foil. That way she's gonna pretty much, slide right off of it. All right, then you wanna take, either one is fine because we're gonna be doing both. Just like that.
Okay.
You're gonna wrap it like this.
Oh, that fits perfect.
Yep, real simple, real simple dish. All right, so since we already have our salmon already wrapped, ready to go, and our oven preheated to 425 degrees, it is now the time to put this bad boy into the oven.
All right.
All right, now we're gonna sit one right here.
So I noticed you don't have like a sheet pan, it's just aluminum foil. Tell me what makes this better than using the sheet pan.
To be honest, for me, it's easier this way. I mean, I can use a pan also, but for me, it's just a grab and go type of concept.
Okay.
Nothing will be leaking out. There's no holes in my foil. I double check everything as well. And with the pan also, you don't have to worry about it smoking up, drying out, and having to add more water to it. So this is just the easy way. Oven is gonna have it cook for itself. The salmon is gonna be good. And once we take it out, it's gonna be nice and smooth. So definitely.
Perfect, okay, I like that.
All right, so here we are going to start prepping our potatoes. We're just going to do something simple today. Just 2 of these are pretty big, decent sizes. We are going to be needing some kosher salt for our water as well. And everything else is going to come after that. So we're going to go ahead and start skinning it, washing it, dicing them down, decent sized medium chunks. That way they do cook a lot faster once it hits the pot, all right?
Okay, so with the potatoes, what are we cooking here? Are we doing mashed potatoes, some scallops?
Oh yeah, so we're gonna be actually doing a little mashed potatoes, but with a little twist to it as well.
Okay.
Some people might look at it and be like, wait, why is she adding this to her potatoes? But when you taste it yourself, you'll see why.
They'll understand. All right, here, Papa Mahada.
No, potatoes, papas. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and turn on our back stove right here, back fire to high. Let's get that rolling. And we are going to add some kosher salt like I did say. Want to make sure your water is seasoned at all times. Gonna give it a little bit more flavor while it's cooking, all right? All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually demonstrate me peeling and cleaning 1 potato.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have my executive sous chef over here with me. Go ahead and take over and do the next potato as well, all right?
All right.
All right, so me personally, I like to just rinse my potato off first. And you can use a potato peeler, real simple. Just get them a good clean, all the way, all the skin off completely, skinless.
That's a nice potato peeler.
Oh, thanks.
So who inspired you or who taught you how to cook homemade mashed potatoes? Is this going to be a family secret or is this a Chef Yawdie exclusive?
This one right here is a little bit of both, I want to say. But like I said, with everything with me, I put a tweak and a little twist to it. You know, like I said, I am from a Jamaican background as well. But I'm also going to make sure that it is Americanized in some sense also. Because we want to sell to everybody.
All right, I like that.
All right, so that's looking definitely very clean right here. And we want to take our chef knife. And I say let's go ahead and go slightly down the middle. And this blade is very sharp, so be careful.
Yes, it is. That was beautiful.
Slice it again. 1 more here. And a good size, about a medium size is pretty good because we want to have it cook as fast as possible.
You have that Chef Gordon cut here. See with the 3 fingers, the little pinch he always talking about?
Yep, definitely learned that. And the coolest thing about that part is when I started culinary school, I didn't realize that I was cutting wrong the entire time. So when they did teach us how to cut, I had to start tucking my fingers and we just go along with it. All right, and I'm gonna have her take over and do the second one, all right?
That was it. I was just joking.
She's so funny.
All right, do a back peel like so.
And how long you been cooking for?
My whole life.
Awesome.
Basically. I learned to cook from my mom, my grandmother in South Florida, a lot as well. I used to go to South Florida in Fort Lauderdale almost every summer. My childhood, my grandmother, she loves to cook. And yeah, so that's it. My Aunt Bernice. I have some cousins in Tampa that taught me how to cook. I have an aunt, she's like the chef of the family. I don't know, my whole family cooked, man. And some actually took the time to teach me. And others, I was that kid that sort of hung around in the kitchen when all the older folks were cooking.
Exactly.
And I just learned that way. And I just picked it up. So, yeah.
I agree with that.
I used to love to watch Emerald as well as a child.
You know the funny thing about it? Emerald was actually the first chef that I did grow up on.
I love Chef Emerald.
Emerald Lagasse, he's awesome. He's one of my biggest like inspirations.
Mine as well. I wish he would come back. I wish Food Network would become like Food Network was growing up.
In the 90s.
Yes, when they actually taught you how to cook.
Right.
Like Alton as well.
Right.
What was it, Good Eats?
Good Eats.
I used to love Good Eats. I used to love watching that show because he didn't necessarily teach you how to cook a meal. He did, but I like the breakdown on the seasonings and the whys and the whos, and so you sort of knew why you use a certain seasoning with a certain meal, like a potato or the beef. He made it all tie in and make sense.
Right.
So I used to love that part of Food Network. So between Food Network, my mom and my grandmothers and my family, I guess all in all, that's sort of what I picked it up from. But Food Network was definitely a major part of it all because they taught me things as far as, you know, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm black. So black people, we put seasonal on everything.
Everything.
You know, it's seasonal, but I had to learn there were other seasonings besides seasonal. You know, so, and I learned that from Food Network.
Right.
You know, and I still go bam, just,
at
you know.
the end.
Yeah, just, you know, like, but anyway, so for this, you have to show me, Chef.
Yeah, so definitely just go straight down the middle.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
I don't know if that was down the middle,
That's
but
perfect.
we
like
have
that.
2 halves.
All right, there you go. And I definitely have to give credit where it's due also, because I mean, for me growing up, my best way of learning, my mom, my dad would always tell me, just watch. That was their saying. You know, parents were in a rush getting things done. You know, they would always have us just watch. You know, Sparks, just watch. And that's what I started doing. So definitely I come from a family of a lot of great cooks. But my mom and my dad, definitely I got to give them credit where it's due. They have definitely taught me a lot. I grew up eating good my entire life, and I'm definitely ready to take my talent to the next level because of that.
Right. I love it. Family is everything.
Yes.
Family is everything.
Perfect. Just like that.
Papa.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and place our potatoes into our water. All right.
There's nothing like homemade mashed potatoes. Nothing.
Everything is better when you do it from home. Or at least do it yourself.
Oh, yes.
All right, now we're good to go.
So how long do the potatoes boil in here?
I'll give it around roughly 7-8 minutes. We'll check for consistency, check how good it is, where we want it, and then we'll just go from there. If we have to give it a little bit more extra time, we can just go ahead and do that as well.
Okay. All right.
All right, so now definitely our potatoes should be ready. Let's go ahead and give them a quick check. And as you can see, they are completely soft. All right, so now what we're gonna do is gonna turn that off. And we are going to strain our potatoes. All right, now what I like to do is take this little masher right here. Start mashing that out.
So smooth. Oh my God. You didn't have to force anything.
It's Yawdie style, baby. It's Yawdie style.
Yawdie style. I like it.
Yawdie style. So now we're gonna take a little bit of 2% milk, make it a little creamy. All right. Now here's the catch. I like to use mayo in my mashed potatoes.
I've never seen this. Okay.
So
okay.
this is where I was saying people are gonna look at me like, why the heck are you using mayo?
They'll know once they try it out.
They'll know once they try it out. It's different. It's a little creamy to it, right?
Yes.
All right, so that's plenty right there. And then we are going to cut a little bit of butter. That's plenty. Now we're gonna add some kosher salt.
Have to have the salt in the potatoes.
Gotta have some salt. Now for me, I don't eat much salt.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah. I try not to, but with potatoes, like you have to have some, at least a little.
Some black pepper. And I like to, what I personally do, I add enough kosher salt just to make it, but if I'm plating for somebody else, they could just add more if they need to at the end.
Got it, yes.
All right. A little bit of black pepper, because we're all about spice in this family. And a little bit of, believe it or not, garlic powder. It gives it a lot of flavor as well. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna see if that is enough cream for me.
Little by little.
Little by little.
Got it.
Yep, we want to incorporate everything together. And I like to also add a little bit of chopped parsley. You give it a little bit of color as well. That's plenty. And just mash that all in together. Alright, that's pretty much that part on the mashed potatoes right here. Okay, so now we are going to be starting to saute our veggies. Very quick, very simple. They're already partially cooked, pre-cooked already, so we don't want to do it way too much.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get our stove started up. And we're going to be using some extra virgin olive oil as well.
Okay. What do you like about extra virgin olive oil when sauteing your vegetables?
It's just a chef thing. Between this and canola oil, that's what we're used to using a lot. So definitely just want to use this. And we don't need too much. If we need to add more, we'll add some more at the end.
Okay.
Right, so we're gonna let that heat up, give it about a quick 10 seconds. Then we're gonna go ahead and saute it up. Add a little bit of black pepper and kosher salt to it as well. And then we're good to go.
All right, good to go.
Good to go.
Did I do it right? Good to go.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Let's start that up real quick. I usually like to hear the little sizzle. But I ain't getting no sizzle today, so it's okay.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It'll still come on together. Right?
That's all that matters. All right, so that is plenty for our presentation. And I'll leave this right here.
Okay.
Now we're getting some sizzle. So now we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of black pepper, like I did state before. Nothing too major. A little bit of salt, just a pinch, that's all you need. Keep it healthy.
Oh yes.
And of course my favorite, just a little bit of garlic powder. So you just want to basically get a little bit of color. A little bit of dark, a little bit of brown. That's the kind of presentation that you want for your plate as well, all right?
Okay. While you're working up and sauteing these, tell us a little bit about your business, Chef Yawdie.
Oh man, so I just started my business. It's called Yawdie Touch. I am also the executive chef of that business as well.
Okay.
So we're starting definitely ground up. That's the best part of it. What I'm doing right now is I'm offering catering on the side right now. We also do chef specials during the entire week. 3 to 4 times a week, that's my major goal. That's what I'm aiming for also. And then hopefully, if I'm blessed and I have enough, customers and supporters, I would hope to have my own spot by sometime around next year. So that's what I'm working forward towards right now.
I love that. And you will, not when you get.
You're right, I will.
If you get blessed.
I'm gonna get
it's
there.
when your blessing comes,
Yeah.
when your season arrives.
Yes,
We have
let me
to word
rephrase
that
that.
correctly. Exactly. So tell them a little bit about, how to find you and everything.
If you guys are looking for me, definitely find me on Facebook. My personal page is Shay Sparks. My business page is Chef Yawdie, Yawdie Touch. You can also locate me on Instagram as well, Chef_Yawdie. And then my other personal page is Yawdie Touch on Instagram as well.
I like.
And if you would like to follow me on Snapchat, look up Yawdie Touch. Very plain and simple.
Yawdie.
Everything is Yawdie.
Touch at the end.
And you see that color right there? That's all we need. So those are done. Give it one more toss, and that's good to go. All right, so before we start plating it up, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some of my secret sauce, and I'm just gonna go ahead and lay that right on top of this, on top of the salmon. Or let me rephrase that, my overrated jerk salmon. Okay, so everything is tight. Then you wanna take your fresh sauteed green beans and tomatoes. Grape tomatoes, I should say. And then last but not least, you want to take your salmon and you want to stand it up. And we have some balsamic glaze in here as well for the plating. A little bit of honey. And last but not least, for the finishing touch, I'm gonna go ahead and add you some parsley. And there you have it.
Chef, this is beautiful.
There you have it, right here. This is my overrated Jerk Salmon edition. And as you can see, when I say it's hot, it literally had me sweating right now, sweating some bullets. So that's how you know it's ready to go. There you go.
All right, Chef Yawdie, I'm so excited to try your overrated salmon. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, I can't wait to try this out.
I'm gonna let you do the honors first.
You want me to? So how do I? Okay, so teach me. Am I going to have a piece of the fish, and do I sort of let it hit that balsamic and honey?
Go ahead and grab your piece from there. Get a little bit of everything if you like.
Okay.
Just do your thing. Go wild with it. Have fun. That's it.
All right now. Okay, so I dipped in that balsamic and honey. This is like never before. This is so good.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Chef Yawdie, for coming on the show today. Home cooks do it better.
No
we
problem.
really enjoyed you. I really enjoyed you. I know you all are going to try this meal out. Again, it's fresh salmon. She took the skin off, not frozen. I believe that's
not frozen. Everything here is fresh.
Everything is fresh. That's an important tip. Okay, we have our homemade mashed potatoes, our sauteed green beans with our great tomatoes. I mean, you can't go wrong. Drizzle with some balsamic and honey. You have to try this out. It is everything it looks like, okay?
Yes, it is. I just want to say thank you guys for having me on today's episode, definitely. And stay tuned. I have a lot more stuff coming. One day you will be able to walk into a diner itself called Chef Yawdie, Yawdie Touch.
Yes.
And you will be eating something like this just as much as well. So
yes. So one time before we close out, please again tell them how they can find you and connect.
Definitely. So Facebook, I have 2 pages. My personal page is Shay Sparks. My business page is Yawdie Touch. You can also follow me on Instagram, chef_Yawdie. Business page is Yawdie Touch as well. And last but not least, my Snapchat, which is Yawdie Touch.
I couldn't wait any longer. This your girl, J. Kels again. Thank you so much for tuning in to Home Cooks Do It Better. See you next week. Peace.